This is a team that is just so top-heavy when it comes to attackers, and Antoine Griezmann, of course, been highlighted as someone that they would very much like to get off their wage bill, and suggestions, Jules, continue that he could be going back to Atleti, Saul, meanwhile, going to Barcelona.
That's right, and again, this is a very similar deal to, if you remember, the Miralem Pjanic-Arthur deal between Juventus and Barcelona, which is completely legal, we have to say that, although it sounds a bit dodgy because you basically swap players with a lot of money. They're two different transfers, but you swap them, you inflate the price of those players because that can boost your books, basically, and your accounts. And that's why the Pjanic and Arthur deal was made. It was not because Barca was suddenly going to play Pjanic, and actually he never played, but it was purely made in an economical sense for the account to bring money into the club, because it's all to do with amortization. Obviously, when you buy a player, you spread the cost of that player over the length of his contract. But if you sell him after 1 year, and if you sell him at a good price, you're going to make money and make profit over that player compared to if you waited the end of his contract, for example. And that's exactly what would happen with Griezmann and Saul. Griezmann and Saul not earning the same amount of money at all. Griezmann earning 3 times what Saul earns. But if you put the right figures, this could work well for both clubs. Barcelona would actually make money on someone that they bought for 120 million 2 years ago, and they had to pay that money cash in one installment. And it would be the same for Atletico Madrid, who don't really play Saul so much anymore, and yet will find themselves benefiting and profiting from that swap with Griezmann, which is quite remarkable, you have to say.
Does Griezmann want to go, Jules?
I think he can feel that he's not welcome anymore at the club. He knows that they have to cut the wage bill. Let's not forget that he earns 36 million gross a year, which is around 800,000 a week, which is a lot of money for someone who's 30 and who hasn't had 2 very good seasons, let's be honest. And we're still not sure how he really fits with Lionel Messi in that game. And then add Sergio Aguero, add Memphis Depay. And you can clearly see that if there's one that they can open the door for sale, it's him. And I think he would be probably very happy to go back to Diego Simeone, to go back to Atletico. I think his family would probably be very happy too. So it ticks a lot of the boxes for him. I still find it really strange for him to almost give up that way and just go back to what works before for him and doesn't try to be a success at Barcelona.
No wonder this club's got no money.
Exactly.
No wonder this
Goodness
club's got no money. Is anybody in Spain going to do a straight deal here?
I know, it's
really?
crazy.
I mean, seriously.
Not
Real Madrid, you got that president out trying to do the Super League
Yes.
a few months ago. I can't even remember the timeline now because of his desperation.
Yeah.
And now we have the most, I'm not going to say it's not corrupt, we now have the most difficultly woven deals that are just anything completely opposite of a straight transfer, just to try and get the books looking half decent to get it over the line. I mean, boy,
it's almost worrying that Barcelona are going to post a profit from it. I'm afraid of Barcelona and what they will do with a profit, with any kind of money in their pocket, given some of the decisions they've made.
They'll buy some magic beans.
Listen, Griezmann, Atletico Madrid, incredible player. You right? If we discount how he's been at Barcelona, incredible. But 120 million cash and between 700 and 800 grand a week is beyond ridiculous for somebody unproven in your team when you know he's going to play second fiddle by a long way to Lionel Messi. When you've already been burnt by players like Philippe Coutinho, at some point, somebody has to use some kind of common sense in how they manage their finances. It cannot be we are just going to spend this ridiculous amount of money and then throw a Super League at somebody at football at some point in the future. That's nonsensical for who you have to assume are intelligent businessmen and businesswomen who've made a lot of money doing business, yet somehow make the most ridiculous footballing decisions I think the game has seen.
So I've actually got to get my head around this. So even if Messi leaves in 2 years, they're going to continue to pay him. And they think that's a good deal just to get it over the line at the moment. So if he comes to Miami in a couple of years' time, right, he's going to get the bunts off Miami and still be getting paid by Barcelona, even though he's not going to be playing for them. He's going to be 36, he'll be over here in Miami Beach, all the usual suspects will be out excited about it when he's really here on a semi-retirement.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.